Welcome again to HERcast with Dr. Chito. Every woman wants to look and feel forever youthful. We spend billions on creams, treatments, and routines trying to hold back the years. But here's the truth. Anti-aging is so much more than skincare. It is about what we eat, how we sleep, how we manage stress, our hormones, our lifestyle, and how we take care of ourselves from the inside out. Today on HERcast with Dr. Chito, we bring you beyond the mirrors, what really keeps women youthful. With my special guest, Dr. Hilda Ashio Titiloye, Group CEO and founder of Uno Health Group and Clinical Director at Skin 101. Together, we'll uncover what it truly takes women to glow through every stage of life. Welcome, Dr. Hilda, my favorite aesthetic medicine expert. She's truly the best. And in this, I just felt that this conversation, you're the best person to take us through this conversation. I told you this time you're going to lead more than I want to listen to and concentrate on how to keep myself youthful. Yes, I want to keep myself youthful. Now, I want to start by just saying, why do you think so many women today have unrealistic expectations? Some will call it unrealistic. I call it sometimes realistic, but about aging. And how can we begin to redefine what aging gracefully really means, in your opinion?
Okay. Thank you for having me again. This is my second time here. I can never say no to you.
Yes.
So I'm thrilled to be here again to talk about one of my favorite things, healthy aging. We like to call it healthy aging,
yes.
Now, rather than anti-aging, because we are not against aging per se.
No, we're not.
Right? We just want to do it with grace, like you said. So why do people have unrealistic expectations? I think it's in a lot in what we see. What has been passed down through the years, what we see on social media now. Social media is such a big part of everything that we do now. And you go on Instagram, you see this 70-something-year-old, it's something-year-old that look like they're in their 30s,
yes.
or which is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it has... Everybody starts to look at themselves and more or less critiquing themselves based on those things that they see. A lot of genetics, a great ton of money goes into getting people to look that way. We're not all going to age at the same rate.
No, we're not.
Because we inherited different genes.
Yes, yes.
But I always even say that aging is not even in the way you look, it's in how you feel.
In the inside.
Right? Aging gracefully, to me, is aging comfortably in your own skin and on your own terms. That's it. Simple.
It's true. That's a great answer for that. As an expert in aesthetic medicine, when you talk to someone about healthy aging, how do you explain that it's much more than skin deep? Because you're always big on that. Yes, skincare is there.
Yes.
Yes, a place for skin and skincare, but it's beyond that as well. So what do you tell your clients, your patients?
So when whatever shows on the outside, as doctors we already know this, right? Whatever shows on the outside is an interplay of things that are happening on the inside within your body. So it's an interplay of genetics we have talked about, what you inherited, what God gifted you from the get-go, the food that you eat. We are what we eat. We have always known that, right? You either make food your medicine or medicine will be your food. How we sleep, how we manage stress, how we deal with daily events, how the environments we live in. Some of those things are beyond our control, the amount of pollution we're exposed to. So all of those things have an impact on what's going on the inside, and that shows on the outside. You can't be under chronic stress, firing these high levels of cortisol, and
Is this
you expect,
cortisol?
yeah,
Because living in Nigeria just boosts cortisol. I mean, I don't know how you can avoid it.
There are some cities
So
that
tell me.
I won't talk about. I won't call names, but I just wonder how they do it.
Yes.
You are perpetually
On the
at
stress level.
that level of stress. It's difficult it's not impossible, it's just more difficult for you to have this youthfulness on the outside, and not just on the outside, with how you feel as well, if you are under that type of stress perpetually. The food that you're eating, the amount of sleep you're getting, exercise you're getting, how much you're moving, all of those things have an impact on how you feel and how you look.
I always tell people where it comes to stress that because we're in an environment where stress is consistent. And I think in keeping the youthfulness or even reducing that cortisol, I always felt that learning how to manage stress, and I focus on a lot of stress from my perspective, because women sit in front and you hear the stress maybe for 70% of the conversation, and 30% is the problem that they're physically facing. The rest is the stresses around the problem. Therefore, as a doctor, it makes it so hard for you to think of how do I approach this while adding more stress, because management too seems to be an additional stress to people. When you give them this management, like you can see their whole face, like shoulders slumping, and you're thinking, I'm adding more stress. How do they manage stress? So I think that's something that I feel people should also think about. Like you said, stress could affect aging. Then learn stress management techniques, because the stress won't go away. They always say, what do you do when you can't change? What was that thing again? You can only change your own reaction to it, but you can't change, but you can change your reaction to it. So I think that's one of the things I'm learning, because it's a constant stress. What you mentioned that now, what are the biggest internal factors that contribute to how we age? I think you just mentioned that. Things people cannot see, but make the biggest difference in how we look and feel.
Food, sleep, the stress, of course, exercise, moving your body, pollutants that you're exposed to, that you don't have much control over. Those are some of the key things that contribute to how you age internally.
One of the reasons why I think you're the best person talking about this, because when people are trying to age in a healthy way, or we will call it healthy aging, they're also coming to you to help them, tell them about, okay, what can I do? Because you see, things like wrinkles, for example, regardless of what you do, somehow you wrinkle.
Yeah.
At one point, maybe later than others or whatever. At one point, you will have those wrinkles. So people come and don't want to figure out how to maintain a healthy face. Like, I was great when you told me about vitamin C. I am happily vitamin C myself. and I'm like, oh, that works. So everybody's interested in something that helps the face as well. So many women chase visible results through procedures and products. But how much of the youthful aging or healthy aging is actually determined by what is happening inside the body versus of what we can do outside as well? Like, how do we, because we say wellness and all that, someone will say, yes, I'm doing all that, but I'm
still looking.
We're still, and it's not like they're against wrinkles, but just a natural innate self of seeing yourself not change. You want to be the way you are as much as you can be. And even when you embrace the fact that I'm getting older, wiser, but I just don't need to be
look like.
Yeah, everyone wants to look beautiful sometimes. So I'm not gonna, my friends will expect me, I'm gonna say something opposite to that, but I'm not. I'm actually flowing with this.
So, I tell patients all the time, what's all of the other things I talked about, the food, the sleep, managing stress, that will probably be maybe 80%, 70-80% of the intervention that you need to feel. So remember that this aging business, it's not just about how you look, it's also how you feel.
Yes.
Right? If you look almost, okay, but you're a hot mess on the inside, you're still not at a healthy place. So a lot of the other things that are very well within our control, in our homes, the daily things that we do, just a little movement every day, choosing the right foods, they contribute more to keeping you feeling and looking great. Then when it comes to you, many times anyways, by the time the patient comes into the clinic and they're looking for some type of medical intervention, because okay, I've been doing all this, and regardless, I have this few wrinkles, and the good thing about hyperpigmentation.
That's really the big one, yeah.
So the good thing about skin of color is we don't wrinkle as fast.
Yes.
Except skin that has been bleached or has been under the sun a lot, but we don't wrinkle as fast. A decade, 2 decades later than our Caucasian counterparts. But what we have a lot of is hyperpigmentation. That's more an indicator of aging than the wrinkling even. So a patient comes into my office, what I try to do is fix these other things that are easier to fix, right? Yeah, we can have some interventions with injectables, the Botox, the fillers, the energy devices and all that. But I like to also fix the skin in itself. And like you said earlier, there are simple regimens that we put together. Most people can find from over-the-counter products. Try to have an exfoliating product because our skin slows down its natural exfoliating process.
So what would be an exfoliating product?
Maybe just a wash that has some of those acids. It could be mandelic acid. I like mandelic acid for skin of color. Mandelic acid, lactic acid, basic exfoliators. They're there over the counter. So that basic wash, use it morning and night, or at night only if you prefer. In the morning, I like to have a vitamin C serum in almost every patient I encounter that's 30 and above. I put them on a vitamin C serum in the morning because one, it's an antioxidant and it helps with the complexion as well. The antioxidant property means it makes your sun protection also work better. Then of course sun protection. Now we understand that even skin of color should wear sun protection.
Yes, you said that the last time, yes.
Yes, it's not because of the cancer per se, because we're less prone to cancers, skin cancers. We're less prone doesn't mean that we don't have them at all.
Yes.
But you have a lesser chance of having skin cancer than your Caucasian counterparts. But the sun protection helps to protect you from the effects of the sun that contributes to aging and discoloration, right? So that's your morning routine. At night, I like a retinoid as part of whatever regimen you have. Then for mature skin, so as we are getting older, we produce less estrogen. And that manifests in a weakening of sorts of your collagen and elastin, which are more or less the scaffold. I'll call it. It's more like a scaffold for your skin. So the plumpness, the tautness, that your skin normally has, you lose that as you get older because of the decline in estrogen. So we like to have something that you're using that boosts that collagen, elastin production, and retinols or retinoids do that. You have different grades of retinoids, and they're over the counter.
Because I know I talked once about retinoid and getting pregnant. But that, like you're taking pills or whatever.
We're talking about our mature women.
But I know this is mature women. But things are happening. So
yes.
If you are planning IVF or because you might not get pregnant. See, technology and science.
Yes.
I'm seeing people at the age of 49, 50, 51 getting IVF. So if that's their regimen, they should ask when you see the doctor, ask the doctor and ask, okay, do I need to have a backup plan for this while I'm going to do IVF? So,
So now we even there are ingredients that have retinoid-like activity, but are not retinoids.
Okay.
So they can be used during pregnancy as well.
Okay.
So there are many substitutes now.
Okay.
And no one is disenfranchised per se.
Yes.
Everyone has something that they can use at every stage in their lives. For mature skin as well, we get drier. Our skins get drier as we get older. And that's why you would notice that the moisturizer you used 10, 15, 20 years prior, you can't use anymore. it just doesn't seem to do the moisturizing, doesn't give the moisturizing effects it used to. So you might need slightly heavier moisturizers. And that's it for a regimen that works,
and helps to combat especially the
anti-aging
process.
For the in-office interventions, you have the Botoxes, the fillers, the energy devices.
What's energy devices?
So lasers.
Okay.
Radio
lasers.
frequency devices, ultrasound devices.
Okay.
Anything that produces some form of energy that's meant to restructure any part of the skin, right? So maybe your CO2 lasers, erbium lasers, a lot of those are also meant to cause, some stimulate some collagen, elastin production, and they do the work to a large extent. So yes, if you need that type of intervention, we can guide you towards what you need. But I find that for many of us, we are not using the right products from the get-go.
Okay.
So we correct that, we correct the regimen first.
Yes.
Before we move on to these other medical interventions.
Okay. If you see me not talking much because I'm absorbing the information, seriously absorbing, trying to memorize, first here's mandelic acid, okay?
Yeah, I like mandelic acid.
Okay. So
there are many others, but I like mandelic acid.
I'm absorbing it as going along. Now, we talked about stress, in relation to aging, and even in relation to what happens on your face because of cortisol. I want you to talk more on how that works, especially even when you say stress and when you say sleep. I know we have baggy eyes and stuff and all that, but how does, because these are important things to ask, especially when you're a woman and you are doing so many things and sleep becomes like a luxury, which is wrong. They say sleep. I have a wellness person that's on my case about sleep. But then how does this work towards what's the connection to your face?
So what stress does, simple, it causes almost a persistent increase in the amount of cortisol, because we do produce those stress hormones during fight or flight situations. But when you have a persistently high level of the stress hormones, that's when it becomes damaging, because it suppresses this collagen and elastin I just talked about. It suppresses your ability to keep them in tip-top shape, right? It causes a loss of those structural proteins. It causes... So we have our DNA has something on top of it, a cap on top of it, called a telomere. Now, these telomeres contribute to our longevity. As we get older, they get shorter. Cortisol contributes to making them shorter faster.
Okay.
So that's how cortisol contributes to cellular level aging.
Okay.
It tampers with your metabolism. It tampers with your sleep. Because it causes an imbalance in in the other hormones, right? When you have an excess of cortisol, it will cause an imbalance in your other hormones, which you need to function properly or to function at optimal level. So almost every other thing gets affected. How you are processing food, how you're sleeping, how you're responding mentally, and even physically. When you have been in a constant state of stress, your response to short bursts of stress is, what will I call it now? There is an imbalance in that.
Yes.
So, at the end of the day, what you have is, your skin is even fed last.
Yeah.
Really. When you look at how your body processes nutrients and all that. At the end of the day, what cortisol does is, it doesn't allow you even repair your body the way you should. Right? So inability to repair means you keep having losses. I've talked about at the level of your DNA. You eat well, you don't feel great. your brain is fuzzy, you can't think straight. So it's an all-round catastrophe in quotes.
Yes, it is.
If you're unable to properly regulate stress and you have this persistent cortisol.
All right. And I think this is, I love that we're talking about this. You know, when you talk about hyperpigmentation, sometimes when we're talking about skin, we somehow default on the face. But the ones that I know that a lot of women come to me when they're just worried about all these weird things that happen as you grow older on your legs, on your hands. Are the management the same, or do you focus on how do we deal with those pigmentations that come on other parts of the baby bodies that are not just face? I'm just wondering, is the management different, or that's...
Yes.
Okay.
The management is different.
But it can be dealt with, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They can be dealt with because the skin on the body is generally thicker
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
than the skin on the face. The concerns on the body will be different than the concerns on the face as well because, well, in these climes, we cover our bodies up a lot. So the effect of the sun is much less. On the body compared to the face, and the sun is a big factor in aging.
Yes,
right. So the body seems to age slower. There are exceptions to this. People that have bleached their skin, I always say there is no benefit to bleaching your skin, to be honest.
There's absolutely none.
Because sooner or later it catches up with you. So
and at a younger age, you age very faster. You age faster.
You age faster, and your body, your skin recovers from whatever insult or injury it is much slower because you have just suppressed its ability to heal itself by bleaching your skin. So
you have to catch that. By bleaching your skin, you suppress the ability for your skin to heal itself.
Yes. So the skin on the body, many times the concerns for the skin on our bodies is different from the face. Maybe we have more complaints regarding the hands and feet because they are also exposed to the sun. But yeah, they're fixable. Many of those conditions are fixable. Different from the face, but they're fixable.
So let's talk about food and because we're talking about beyond just beyond the mirror. Let's talk about how food connects to this whole equation. What kind of food? I mean, there's so much out there. Oh my God! Like when it comes to anything to do with healthy aging, or there's so much. I'm trying to sometimes sift between true and false. Can be so difficult with all that information, and everybody's a skin. They're coaching something. I find there's some things I would look at like, what is a skin coach? Like, what are you coaching on this skin? Like, there's so many things that everybody's doing. Talk about really what foods we look at and how a healthy diet or even certain kinds of food is important to incorporate while we talk about healthy aging.
So especially I'll focus on mature women.
Yes, mature women.
So for everything that you eat, I always remember that you either make food your medicine or medicine will be your food. Right? For everything that you eat, it's either nourishing your body or it's destroying your body. So it's either healing your body or causing some sort of inflammation to your body. And you have to choose with everything that you eat. Okay, this ice cream, what will it do? Okay, to make me feel good, maybe I can give up the other thing that it's to do to my body.
Serious temptations.
Yes. The general advice is that we eat, as we get older, we eat protein-dense foods. Your carbohydrates are fine. There is no food group that is completely bad, except for now we know that of course alcohol is even at the lowest levels. Even we now find yes, the research has now said,
how do you live life without any drop of this is sounding really bad coming from a doctor.
Yes,
how do you live life with no alcohol, wine?
The alcohol is found to be very pro-inflammatory. I don't know if it has been... Research has shown that it's also carcinogenic. So, even in small quantities. That's what recent research shows.
Hilda, help us out.
I can't help you. So, I've cut out alcohol. For me, I've cut it out. Only on very rare occasions I take maybe very little, but I've tried to cut it out.
that glass of wine, that relaxing glass of wine.
Yeah.
But you see, we have to make, this is about discipline. All this is really discipline, to be honest, because it's hard. So you have to mentally
you have to choose your heart.
Yes.
You choose your heart. You either choose the heart that comes with discipline, or you choose the heart that comes with being ill later.
I know.
Right?
Or we just say, this is what happened to me, my wife.
So looking at the food, I talked about cutting out alcohol, protein-dense diets. Your carbohydrates, whole carbohydrates, we don't like the processed, of course, the processed sugars. They are pro-inflammatory. What sugars do is that they cause a stiffening of your collagen and elastin fibers. That's what they do. They cause a glycation of your collagen and elastin fibers. So by stiffening them, those structures don't work the way they should, and that contributes to your aging faster, because you wrinkle faster if your collagen and elastin are not in tip-top shape. Then fruits and vegetables. I just try to imbibe having a colorful diet. Eat your colors. Ensure that there are some reds there, there's green, there's purple, there is whatever colors you can find, fill your plate up with that. And then I also try to reduce the very sweet fruits,
but this life is hard, because the sweet food like pineapple, right?
Yes.
Who doesn't like pineapple?
No, I didn't say you should take it out, just reduce it.
Okay.
Don't take so much of it, because it also spike your blood sugar levels at the end of the day.
I know.
Right? So reduce the very sweet fruits. Pineapples are fantastic because they have some enzymes in them that are really good for your gut health, your general health, and then listen to your body. I always say we should listen to our bodies. If you're constantly bloated, if your body is trying to tell you something,
that food is not working for you,
that your body is just not liking whatever it is you're giving it. When your body is happy, you will know. Most of the time, you will know. If you are in doubt as to what your body likes, and then you might need to talk to a nutritionist, not the ones on social media, self-acclaimed. But then there is a lot of resource on the internet now also, from credible people, that you could look up, and it will help you structure a good
So not
diet.
by going to skin coaches. Nobody coaches
skin coaches.
Aging coaches. Nah. What does that mean?
Well, it's the era of social media. It comes with the good, the
Don't
bad,
mind me.
and the
I'm just
ugly.
coming out from Dr. Venting here, where you have people coaching people in certain aspects and field, and you could be an advisory, you could be interested in the field, but if you are, get the facts right, so that we're not spreading false information that causes people or clients not to be able to grasp what you're trying to do from our experts. You know what I mean? From our own, because they're arguing with you based on what they read from someone who's not qualified or who doesn't have a real deep understanding of what we're explaining. That can make it hard for us in the office, I can tell you.
It makes it very hard for me, trust me.
I know, because I'm sure. Now, in your practice, what misconceptions do you see about aesthetic medicine, especially the idea that a few treatments can make someone look 10 years younger? Because people, I'm sure, come to you with huge expectations.
Yes.
They expect to walk out and feel like they just shaved 10 years off their age.
So what guides, or what I try to use as a guide, and I tell the patients is, you are not trying to look, you're 50, we're not trying to get you to look like you're 20. Many times we're trying to make you look like a well-preserved and a good-looking 50-year-old. Right? So I'm in the business of, I like restorative aesthetics.
Yes.
A lot. Because it just tries to reverse in subtle ways, in a way that people just look at you and think, oh, you look great, you look well rested, you go on a holiday, you know, rather than look at you and be like, what happened?
And that
just look like a totally different
they have to. This is very important. Because sometimes you're trying to look younger, and then you take away the beauty.
Or you even change
look like a different person.
Yes, you look like a completely different person. So it's important. I like subtle. I like subtle. I don't do too much at a time. I always tell my patients that this is a process, and it should be a gradual process of just restoring these tiny things that you have lost over the years, rather than just changing how you look. A lot of my patients listen. Some don't, but then they are not really my type of patients, so they go elsewhere, and that's fine. Everybody has, like I said, you do what you feel comfortable doing.
Yes.
Right? This is what I like to do. This is what I feel comfortable doing. And this is what I advise my patients to do.
Many women fear aging. Why? I don't know, because it's beautiful. What do you tell women who struggle emotionally watching their faces or bodies change? Because in that room, you're going to find women that say, look, you can even sense the fear, or the, oh my God, I'm especially those that are really into themselves.
So I would say many times there is some other underlying thing, right? You'll find people that have suffered maybe some loss, people that
their husbands have left them.
The husbands have left them. Yes, that's funny
that's
enough.
Triggers.
That's
a huge trigger.
It's a trigger. Yes, it's not a small thing. It's a big thing.
It's a big thing. Very.
People whose husbands are trying to marry younger women.
Yes.
People that are trying to move from one phase of life to another. You got a new appointment and you want to be in tip-top shape. And so there are just so many reasons, right? You have to, we are mini counselors. Doctors end up being counselors somehow.
Yes.
You have to. So you have to look at what the trigger is, or what the underlying reason is. And then I always ask my patients what the alternative to aging is. What's the alternative to aging?
Dying young.
That's it. Is it a better alternative?
Yeah, it's not a better alternative. It's true. The alternative to aging is dying, not aging at all. Aging is a blessing, actually.
Aging is a blessing that not everyone is privileged to have.
Yes.
To experience. So let's work with what you have. We can do these small tweakments that will make you feel better. And you'll be surprised that people even come and complain. And what they're complaining about is not a big deal. But they have focused so much on that thing because of these other things happening in their lives. Right? So yes, we would go ahead and have some small tweakments or small treatments that would improve this, improve that. But it's key that we talk about what is triggering the feeling or the need to, feel that very way.
Yeah.
Because aging is a blessing.
It is.
It's a blessing.
I think that's the way to see it, is that it's the alternative. What's the alternative is dying. And
the alternative is not good.
And everybody's always praying for long life. Long life means you will age.
Yeah.
And I think that aging, I love when I see people that are elderly and they're beautiful. I have some names already in my head that you look at them and they're just so beautiful, and their wisdom and everything emanates that makes them even more beautiful. And I think that's to me is aging gracefully. How do you think, and this is a conversation I've had with so many women, how can women shift their mindsets from stopping aging to owning their evolution and embracing longevity as power? Because from my end as a gynecologist, I find out that women are dealing with menopausal issues, as we're addressing the menopausal issue, I see that as a greater fear than just menopause. The anxiety that stems from the aging, this is part of me aging. And that's why I think there's been so much stigma in terms of talking about menopause till now, where everybody's trying to have their, age gracefully, all that kind of stuff. But in terms of skincare, it might even be more. You know why? Because you're looking at it in the mirror, right? And we're now talking about beyond the mirror, and now we're entering this place of mental health. So how can women shift their mindset? They're going to have the mindset, but is there any take of how that mindset could shift from stop aging to owning this evolution and embracing longevity as power? We just said it's a blessing, but how do we change their minds on this one?
So, the mind is so powerful.
Very powerful.
Perception perception is everything. You've seen situations where you have someone that doesn't have so much, and they're so grateful, they're living life with on such a vibrant level, and this other person has so much more, but they can't help but look at their glass half full. So what I always say is, let's try to look at our glasses half full rather than half empty. You will lose some things as you get older, but you will gain so much more.
Yes.
Right? I liked the person that I was when I was 23, 25. But I don't want to be her anymore. I love the person that I am at 45. I absolutely love her. She's not as beautiful. She's not as, youthful. She's not. But me of today has so much wisdom. And my attitude to living, the way I treat people, I love the relationships I have built, the boldness, the confidence that I have evolved into.
Yes.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I call it the becoming.
Yes.
You just have to, it's beautiful, the becoming. I feel like even now that I know who I am the most. And I think when you live life not knowing who you are, but now I know who I am. And I think it's awesome. So I think that's a good way of changing mindset.
The introspection that I have done over the years, I always say the character building that has happened with all the experiences we have had over the years has made me a person that I love today, right? Just in case I didn't mention relationships. The relationships that I have built that have weathered storms, my girlfriends, my spouse, my children, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I can't, and this couldn't have happened if I hadn't gotten older.
True.
So if you can change your perspective, many things are perspective.
Yes, definitely.
If you can change your perspective and turn that glass upside down, maybe you'll be able to change that mindset. For some people, it's a bit more difficult and they might need more professional, talk to someone on a professional level. But if that's what you think you need to do, in fact, from what we're understanding with mental health, everybody needs to be talking to somebody.
Yes, sir.
because everybody is going through something.
I've said it before. Before they used to tell me, and I guess it's still true. They say, Chito, you say you express your emotions. You're very open talking about your emotions, but sometimes that may show weakness. And now I'm thinking, you see, maybe this is why I'm not, all wrinkled up or whatever, or I'm still I'm still naturally youthful, because when you get it out, I'm very expressive. So I always tell people that it works. That's therapy. Once I get it out, it leaves my mind. Once it stays in, I can feel it. I can feel it cutting things inside my body.
But you see, not so many people are lucky like you.
But I know that there's some things I keep. I know everything, because I used to drive my husband crazy for, oh my goodness, you just went in there and and I'm like, what's wrong with that? I I'm just sharing. She was saying she's sad. I said, yesterday I was sad. Like, I'm sharing my feelings. And I said to someone but that's what keeps my heart light. And that's why I don't carry grudge or anything like that, because I think when you keep things in, it kind of does its work. Of course, some things you should keep private, but I don't think this cultural thing where everything is, you're dying in your house, things are happening to you, you mute yourself. I think can kill you before your time.
Yeah. So if you're not as emotionally strong as Dr. Chito,
I'm not emotionally strong. I'm very emotionally vulnerable. That's why I express myself.
Where we can. No, you're emotionally strong because you can share.
Yeah, I can share easily.
Not everyone can do that.
Okay. But
And yes, not everyone can do that. So if you think you need to speak to a professional, they will even be able to handle your outpour better.
When the Pandora box opens, a professional can help you close that box in a very comfortable manner. So it's very important. Now, final question. What does aging beautifully mean to you as a woman and as a doctor in aesthetic medicine?
Aging beautifully is confidence.
Yes.
Confidence. That's it. There's really nothing more, nothing less. It's confidence.
True.
There is a wisdom you carry that you can't buy.
Yes.
From the market. No matter how much you have, you can't buy it.
Yes.
You know, you just see certain things and you're like, because
it's not, it's true. It's true.
But the confidence we have imbibed and grown into, the wisdom that we now have, the outlook on life, nothing is that serious. I always say that I've gotten to a place in my life where I am amicable with everyone.
Yes, it's just easy to get along. You're easy to look past certain things.
Because you can look past things.
Yes.
Things have come and gone, and nothing is that deep.
Nothing is that deep. But now it's all like Gen Z now. Nothing is that deep.
And it all passes eventually. If it's not okay today, to be okay tomorrow.
Yes.
So
the storm always, you learn that any storm you're in will pass. So that's something you grow with wisdom. Yeah. I look at aging as, like I said, becoming, understanding who you are. And when you are allowed to live long to get through that process, the blessing is that you actually you die, you will know who you are before you leave earth. And that's such a blessing, because we know people die at different ages and stages. So anytime, look at aging like I'm living in a blessing, and it doesn't kill your spirit. I think my spirit has become more alive and more useful, because as you grow older, you release a lot of baggage. Do you understand? It's like you said, take away a lot. So it makes my spirit lighter and more useful. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the years I'm in right now.
I am as well.
And I love it when people say, oh my God, you're so lively. But I said, you know what? I'm just so much lighter. And it feels good. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. Like Oprah said someone that as she entered her 50s, her 50s was her best years ever. I mean, Oprah talks so well about healthy aging. I'm like, yes, you go. Because and when you do that, it emanates and you start looking youthful naturally. I think that even makes you look physically youthful as well.
It's one life.
One life.
And
no do-overs.
Like they say, if you do it well, once is enough.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. So. All right. This was a wonderful conversation, Dr. Hilda. I love this conversation. I know a lot of our viewers will definitely love to listen to this, and I'm really urging you to listen to this bit by bit. There's so much here, from the physical to the spiritual to the mental, to every part of it we've covered, and now you can age with grace. I trust you, when you listen to this, you'll find aging to be beautiful and how to be beautiful and look beautiful while you do it. This episode, Beyond the Mirrors, what really keeps women youthful, reminds us that looking youthful is not just about the skin we see in the mirror. It's about living well, caring for our bodies, and embracing the seasons of womanhood with strength and wisdom. As Dr. Hilda shared, true healthy aging starts from within, and the glow we carry is a reflection of the choices we make every day. So whether you're chasing the glow or navigating our hormones or redefining what it means to age beautifully, remember this: you have the power to write your own story of longevity and vitality. You can catch full episodes of this at HERcast with Dr. Chito. You can listen to this episode on all your favorite podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. We also show on Rapid TV, Star Times channel 176, Saturdays 7 p.m. and Sundays 2 p.m. Follow us at HERcast Podcast and at Dr. Chito N. And I'll leave you with this: ageless beauty is not about turning back time. It's about living fully, loving deeply and glowing from within. Her strength, your inspiration.